What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Plan Your Play. It is Rob Barrington here. No hat this time, just hair. and we're here for Plan the Play number 19. This is the hand I left you with. And as we saw in our previous examples, we are now dealing with suit contracts. And the suit contract we find ourselves in today is 4 hearts up here on the left. So let's take a look at our main table and plan the play in 4 hearts. And as we talked about, in a suit contract, planning the play involves counting your losers. It's a little bit harder than counting our winners, but let's do it together here. Looks like we're going to have 0 spade losers. It's because we only have 1 spade in the south hand. We're playing in hearts. So once this winning ace of spades gets off the board, we're going to be able to trump that suit. In hearts, it's 0 if the suit is dividing evenly. It could be, if the suit divides unevenly, 1 or even 2 in a disastrous scenario. But likely, if things are behaving, it's 0 and 0. Diamonds, let's look at this suit. Looks like we have 1 winner here and 2 small in the hand with a long trump. So here, we're going to have at least 1 diamond loser. All right, looks like only 1, though, because we're in the long trump hand. And now clubs, that's the suit that's going to be the crux of this deal. In a perfect world, we might have 0 club losers, but we could also take 1 or even 2 losers if things go badly for us in this situation. And notice, we're going to have to draw trump at some point. So when we draw trump, this dummy is going to be out of trump, right? So if we still have these 3 clubs here and we can't trump anything, sometimes we lose 2 of these tricks, right? Only because once we get rid of, let's say we get rid of the queen, we might lose something else. If the 10 is 4th or something and the king 10 4th is off, it's a lot of losers that we don't normally take if we have shortness in the long trump hand. So here, we're going to show you how to play this combination in a moment, but that's going to be the crux of the hand. So this second part is, can you avoid any losers? And yes, we can avoid club losers by finessing, and we're going to try to do that. We may be able to avoid club losers by trumping, but do you think that's going to be likely on this hand? No. In fact, it's almost impossible because we have 8 clubs, which means the opponents are going to be out of clubs after the second trick at the worst for them, right? And also, we have to draw trump, and there's only 3 trump and dummy, and we need to draw at least 3 rounds of trump to get rid of all their trump. So yeah, we're not going to be able to trump clubs and dummy. We're going to have to get rid of losers in another way. Can we throw them on winners? Doesn't look like it, right? We're going to have to throw clubs from this hand. Can we throw them on any winners over here? Maybe. I don't know. If they create a winner for the queen of spades, maybe we can throw one of these clubs. We still have a lot left, right? So this is going to be a finesse hand. Let's see how this rolls. We're going to win the ace of diamonds. When we are thinking, sometimes we might think about, hey, should we hold up? That's a no-trump strategy most of the time. Now, we're going to do it in suit contracts sometimes. We want to disrupt the communication between their hands. But most of the time when we're talking about, hey, should I hold up on this ace? It's a no-trump strategy, not a suit strategy, right? So here, winning the ace is pretty normal. Now it's draw trump time, right? We would love to draw trump because we need to draw trump in order to make all of these good. We want to run them later on. We don't want them to be trumping in. However, how many times are we going to get to that north hand? Right? How many times can we win a trick here? The answer is once, and we just did it. So when we win the ace of diamonds, we want to draw trump immediately. But first, we should take a club finesse because that's the only way we're getting rid of losers. And I just ruined the choice for you. But which club would you like to play? If I had the queen, the 10, the 9, opposite the ace, jack, 5th, I would play the queen. Because if they cover it with the king, I now know I can win the ace and all my clubs are good. And now I also have entries to this hand. It's beautiful, right? But I don't have the 10. I don't have the 9. There's only one way to finesse clubs. And look at this card combo, folks. Ace, queen, empty 5th, opposite jack, 3rd. Or queen, small, small, opposite ace, jack, 5th in this hand. We're always going to play this suit combo the same way. We're going to take one finesse. We're going to finesse for the king at 1. The next thing we're going to do in clubs, and we're not going to do it now because we still need to draw trump, folks. But the next thing we're going to do in clubs is play this ace. And our hope is that this player was dealt this exact holding, king small, or in this case, king 4 of clubs. If that's what's happening, oh my goodness, we're going to take all the club tricks. If it's not happening, but it's still dividing evenly, we're going to lose one club trick, which we always needed to lose anyway. But remember, we have so many clubs, 8. We should be very worried about the opponent's trumping. So once this works once, we're in trump drawing mode. We see now that the trump's divided evenly. And now comes the test for the club play. Is it happening? Are we getting lucky? Yeah, nice. All right, that was the line that we're always going to take. Are you always going to get this lucky? In fact, very infrequently are you going to get this lucky. A lot of times you're going to lose the first finesse to the king. Or when you win this, you cash the ace and they still have the king 1 or more times. But at this point, now not only do we know we get to take all these clubs, we know this is the last club in left-hand opponent's hand. We started with 8. And then we cross over to our spade. We play our clubs and we play our hearts. And then they're going to win this last diamond, like we always knew they were. That's the loser we counted originally. But take a look, folks. We end up taking 12 tricks on this deal. And that's because things are going really well for us. Let's take a look at this from the beginning again. And here are all the hands, folks. And you see a couple of lucky scenarios here. Number 1, the hearts are dividing evenly, 3 and 2. And number 2, not only is the king of clubs onside, but it's only doubleton. So this standard play in clubs is going to work out for us. So here, king of diamonds, we win our ace. Remember, we want to draw trump right away almost always. But if we draw trump right away, we're going to be ending our hand, and then we have to play clubs from this side. Take 1 club finesse first. It wins, and then save your testing play for afterwards. Draw trump, and now you test out clubs, and it's jackpot city. Awesome stuff. Let's take a look at what we're going to look at tomorrow. Another suit contract we're going to plan the play of. But before we take a look at that, don't forget, time is running out. The cruise is filling up, if it's not filled already. April 19th to the 26th of 2026, myself, Larry Cohen, back on Royal Caribbean and back at sea with a regional at sea and a 0 to 199 regional at sea with yours truly. Going to have a lot of fun. We're going to learn a whole bunch. We're going to soak up the sun in April in the Caribbean. So join us for that. And let's see what we're looking at tomorrow. And here it is, folks. On this hand, we are going to declare 3 diamonds. I took a little liberty with the South player's hand. I don't want you to worry too much about that. Let's just say I miscounted my hand and I thought I had 15 points. We'll talk about the opening bid in the next video. But this is your job. You're playing 3 diamonds, a suit contract. Count your losers. And let's plan out the play on this one. Let's see, what do you think we're going to make, and or are we going to go down in this 3 diamond contract? Take a look. I'll see you tomorrow, folks, for another Plan Your Play. Good luck.